Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today it's Saturday, June the 14th of the beautiful year 2025, and we're back with the PDM June 2025 Tier 1 tournament. First of the quarterfinal matches is about to begin. TUGI from Austria against James from the United States of America. Two players who have a comp PB over 700k. There are not so many people in the history of Paldas matches who are able to do so. Seven people in total. Two of them will be playing today, TUGI and James. Let's take a look at the bracket and let's see what happened in the tournament so far. As you can see, TUGI and James are in the red part of the bracket. TUGI seat number 1 as the defending champion, a back-to-back winner of the PDM tournaments. The February and the May tournament were won by TUGI. James came into the tournament as seat number 8. Both players won 5-1 in their first round matches. But to be honest, Tugi had a very interesting match against our debutant Zhuravlyov from Russia, who got a nice comp PB of 544 in his very first match. And yeah, Tugi had to work a little bit to win this game. So yeah, it was kind of a nice match for round one. Now Tugi will face James, who yeah is on a rise, I would say. Can get nice scores, can get consistent performances, and yeah, it looks like. Yeah, hello Dougie, welcome, and hello James, welcome in the chat. Yeah, this is relatively not a nice path for a one seat. Yeah, that's that's true, that's true. But this is how it worked today. Today this month, Zhuravlyov as a debutant, so yeah, was forced to be the last seed, and James, who in the past didn't win a single match in the PDM tournaments. The win against Svid was the very first win for James in the PDM tournaments, so therefore the elo rating of James was not high. You don't get style points in elo ratings. If you win the match, you gain elo. If you lose, then not. Hello, Duzhika, welcome. No, I'm not going to Cologne, Duzhika. So this is the tier 1 bracket, and here we have our rules of the event. We play level 18 starts only, and no line cap, SPS controller and handcam are the mandatory things. And we play best of 9, so the first to win 5 games win the entire match. Players collect points for the Paldas cycle, and the loser of today's match will get those 75.75. The winner will be guaranteed at least 151.5, with a chance to get even more, 757.5 for the win. Paldas Cycle is a series of tournament qualifying for the 2026 Paldas Cup for the top 16 players. 3 major events, PDM, PAF, and also 4 spots for ELO. Merker, Tug, and AV are the players who are locked in. Sam, Shuichi, Rurchak, Lei, Yani, Duzhik, and Gunter are provisionally placed there where you can see those players. Those standings can change, and we will update, of course, them yeah, throughout the year. Let's take a look at our players. We have Tugi with a 1947 elo and James 1580. So yeah, so the first thing that according to the elo odds, Tugi is 89 to 11% favorite to win this match. But considering recent performance of James and this 705, as you can see, comp PB might be a different situation. But yeah, we will see. Maybe James can handle the pressure. Maybe the reputation of a top player Tugi has. Maybe this will play. Maybe this is something which play a role. We'll see. We'll see. Comp PB, as you can see, less than 20k difference, and yes, 705 222 is a nice comp PB for James. Easy to remember, 705 222. Yeah, the last 2 points James got by pushdown points after he realized he can't clear any more lines. For the whole game, there were no pushdown, but at the end, he got those 2 extra points. I don't know if it was a coincidence or something, but yeah, nice score to have. TUGI highest score in the tournament so far, 594. So TUGI yet to score a 600k. Both players lost only one game in round one. And so yeah, these are the statistics of the lost game. TUGI lost with 239, James with 213. So we'll see how it all develops. Yeah, 18 UTC is there. So let's take a look if our players are live. And let me refresh the players. James and TUGI are live. TUGI, please check your capture card. It doesn't show your game. We have this screen, as you can see. So your capture card seems not to work. Oh, and James had a very nice warm-up game. 226 lines, level 28. Oh, so James is ready. James is ready for TUGI. Okay, so we have TUGI, we have James. So let me wrong playstyle the seed for game number 1, which will be A3148B, A3148B. And of course, it's always the player's choice if they want to increment or reroll. I leave their decision to the players. No preference from my end as a streamer, as a host. James say increment is fine. I assume TUGI also likes the increment. A3148B, so the last two digits are 8 and B. 8 and B. Don't put double B or double 8 or B8, put 8B. 8B. Yeah, so we are good to go with the increment. The players are ready. TUGI wishing good luck, have fun. James is not that nice, but James is ready. TUGI is ready. Game number 1 of this match starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Good luck, have fun, players. Let's start with an L, with an S and O piece. L, S, and O piece. Yeah, and we're good in game number 1. James slightly behind, but yeah, all within like the tolerable amount of time, so all good. TUGI already with Tetris. James is looking for his first Tetris of this match. Oh, and close the wall as the long bar appeared. Now finally is open. Oh, but James can't get this Tetris. Kind of a weird sequence for the American player, despite having the same RNG as TUGI. And finally a Tetris for James in game number 1. And TUGI's stream froze for a second. But we have the Austrian player back with 93,000, TUGI with 55, James with 77, TUGI 93, so, but TUGI's also a few lines behind. Maybe let me refresh both to get them up to date. 120 for TUGI, 80,000 for James, and the game number 1 continues. So we have TUGI 146, James with 94. And James, yeah, with a finished tower in the middle of the board, but was able to get a Tetris, makes this tower even bigger. Oh, and now James, yeah, would like to see something to burn this board. It gets the required pieces. 221 for TUGI, 156 for James, so yeah, TUGI runs away with a score on level 18. Now TUGI with a center well setup, but this is not a Tetris setup. TUGI 249, James with 179. So we have 226 for TUGI, for James, 298 for TUGI. Now James with another Tetris. So this is about 50k lead at the same line count. So a little bit more than 2 Tetrises real lead for the Austrian player. TUGI with 350, James with 322. Yeah, so James is kind of reducing the deficit. Now is about 1 Tetris lead for TUGI. We still have around 30 lines before transition. TUGI with a nice tower of red Z pieces on his board. $368 for James, 400 for TUGI. Another Tetris for James, 396. TUGI 424. TUGI now is forced to burn few lines, so this might be a chance for James. But James needs to get a long bar, but the long bar is not coming, so James is also forced to burn some lines, gets a long bar finally. 454 TUGI, 424 for James, so around 1 Tetris lead with 10 lines to go before transition. And yeah, players, be aware of your board state. Level 19 action incoming. TUGI transitions with 478. James transitions with 433, so James is like 40k behind, so TUGI was able to increase the lead a little bit before the transition, and now both players fight for their lives on level 19 speeds. TUGI's board is in a more difficult state, and this might be a very difficult situation for TUGI, and TUGI can't have survived it, so TUGI tops out at 487. James, you have a chase down. 488 is your target. 488. Oh, but this is getting kind of dangerous. Okay. 487, 340 was the score for TUGI. And James is still fighting. Not the easiest task in the world, but it is possible. Something to the left is needed. Oh, this is looking okay. This is still something to the left, but James doesn't get the piece to the left, and James tops out at 471, 740. Tough level 19 play. James did his best, but this was not enough. TUGI leads 1-0. Yeah, but it was a solid game. Number 1. Players are ready for game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So we are in. Game number 2. And guys, let me remind you that this tournament has a Maturino prize pool. Top 4 players, yeah, can get a share of the prize pool. Unfortunately, we are still at 0. But yeah, if you wanna make it more than 0, then feel free to click on the link in the chat and donate some US dollars to the players. Oh, and now TUGI starts with some mid-stack action. Okay, but reopens the well. Oh, closes the well once again when the long par came. And TUGI now needs to bring the board down. Now TUGI has a pretty much struggle start. James's board is also not looking great. This seat is very bad, to be honest. This is a very bad seat. Okay, TUGI is doing his best to survive it. James as well. 38 for TUGI, 41 for James. So very similar starts. Both players struggling with those pieces. Okay, James is open and gets a long bar. So a sigh of relief for James. TUGI is still fighting with this weird board. Oh, and this is... Oh my god, this is so bad for TUGI. Those pieces do not collaborate with his board. And TUGI still needs to find a way how to get out of the situation. A few good pieces and he should be fine. And finally, TUGI opens the well. We'll get a long bar and finally TUGI with a Tetris 80,000, 114 for James. So James now with the same line count is about 56k ahead. So James was more efficient with this early struggle of the game. Yeah, this was a very tough seed, but both players were able to survive it. And now they are playing in this game. Oh, and James creates some dependencies on his board, and now James put himself in a very weird situation. But should be fine. Yeah, this sequence is very weird. But yeah, TUGI gets a long bar, 138. James with 169, TUGI with 161. James is opening the well, and is Tetris ready? Tetris for James, 194, TUGI 161. So James around 1.5 Tetris ahead at the same line count. Yeah, oh, but James with a very weird misdrop of this S piece. It's kind of an overshift. And now James needs to find once more. Endless fight, this game, guys. This game is an endless fight for survive. So we have TUGI with 254, James with 206, and oh, this is a painful game to commentate. I really feel for the players. This is not an easy task what they have to do with these pieces. Both are still alive. TUGI is ahead in points now, but James with a safer board at the moment. TUGI now needs to bring it down. James with 239, TUGI with 264, 101 lines. So we are approaching the transition in about 30 lines, and yeah, and this game seems like an endless league for both players. James finally with a Tetris, another Tetris 285. TUGI is still fighting. Oh, and this is a very bad sequence for TUGI. What is TUGI going to do with this sequence? Oh, this is so bad. And TUGI can't do anything more. TUGI tops out at 271, 320. 271, 320. And James has enough points. James takes this game, but yeah. It was tough for me to commentate. I kind of can imagine how tough to play this seat was for the players. It looks like James wants to play this game out, not far away from transition. Yeah, so TUGI, if you wanna take a little bit of rest, feel free to do so. Yeah, so James wins this game, and let's see if there's anything he can do on 19 in this game, or will the RNG on 19 also be bad and force players, in this case James, to top out early. It looks like James is doing well with this RNG on 19 plus. Imagine maxing out the game after such a low transition score. There's such a painful 18 game. Yeah, but this looks like a very solid game by James on 19 speeds. Oh, okay. Well, now the left side is kind of inaccessible. Now the right side, and this will be a GG by James. But yeah, the game was won so much before, so yeah, it was only like a Mullen to get some confidence. James won this game, and we have 1-1 after 2 games. And TUGI is already ready for game number 3. James is ready as well. So the game number 3 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Let's see what kind of RNG will we have here. So to give 69, James with 52. So a little bit more efficient start for TUGI this time. Yeah, and those two players, they know how to survive those difficult situations. And yeah, James gets a long war, gets a Tetris. So level 18 shouldn't be that scary. I hope that most of the games will be decided on 19 speeds. James already had 2 solid games, 168 and 185 lines. Now time for TUGI to shine on 19. $234 meanwhile for TUGI, 174 for James, so yeah, more efficient game, to be honest. Yeah, very good pace, by the way, by TUGI. No, now TUGI was forced to close the well. He goes for some save schemes, reopens the well, and gets a Tetris. TUGI with 264, James with 244, the same line count, so 1 Tetris real lead for the Austrian defending champion. Oh, a nice line spin by TUGI. Actually saw it coming. So 291 James, 313 TUGI, and a Tetris for James. 314, TUGI with 313, the same line count, so neck and neck situation. At 383 for both players at 87 lines, so they are keeping pace with each other. Oh, and TUGI creates this roof burn setup. James also experiences a little bit of a slowdown. That should be fine. Now this is looking kind of dangerous for James, but gets the pieces, so yeah, it's all fine. James opens the well and would like to see long bar soon. Yeah, has to oh, and had to close the well before the long bar came. Yeah, this is not a good sequence for James. Okay, reopens it. 451 for TUGI, 427 for James. Yeah, this is kind of a weird sequence before transition, but yeah, James finally with Tetris. 456 for TUGI, 452 for James. Very close scores. And TUGI with a worse board before transition. Not so many lines left, so TUGI needs to take care of this board. James transition with 481, so TUGI definitely need level 19 play. TUGI transitions with 464, so TUGI is 20k behind at transition point, but needs to find a way how to survive this board. This is not an easy task, but does some good job. Oh, but this is nothing. This is nothing for TUGI. TUGI tops out at 137 lines with 468, 580, 468, 580 for TUGI. And James is good. James is good for game number 3. James will be leading 2-1. And James can surpass 500k for the first time in this match. And there it is. First 500k for James. A nice tag by James. Oh, but a hang of a long bar, this might be difficult. Okay, this is nice, actually. Oh, but now creates a very weird situation, and this will be probably GG. And James tops out at 527.060. And both players are ready. So game number 4 starts in a 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So TUGI is one game down, and TUGI, yeah, didn't have a game where he could show his potential of 19, so let's hope this time will be a different way, because as you can see, James can go for those 170, 180 line games, which makes the difference. And yeah, 137 for TUGI, 118 for James, so TUGI with an early lead of about 1 Tetris. Seven TUGI, 188 James. So TUGI once again with so TUGI kind of maintaining this 1 Tetris lead. And there is an Italian Artiaga Masters champion, Gyogi, in the chat. Hello Gyogi, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And Gyogi rooting for TUGI. 278 for TUGI, 217 for James. TUGI with a very nice pace. This is a 600k plus pace. TUGI can maintain the same efficiency in the second part of level 18. 269 James, 349 TUGI, so TUGI runs away with the score. .72 TUGI, 338 James. So at the same line count, this is a 60k, around 60k lead, so a little bit less than 3 Tetris lead for the Austrian player. James tries to stay efficient as well. As far as this match is concerned, James has an advantage as far as the 19 player is concerned. So if James is not that far away from TUGI before transition, he might have a shot. But on the other hand, TUGI finally has to unleash his potential. And so we are all about to find out how it goes. 446 for TUGI, 410 for James. James with a clean board. TUGI needs to reopen it. And TUGI will be burning for more lines. James is fine. James 457, TUGI 453. Oh, nice spin of the JPs for James to save the board. So, James with 481 at 111, TUGI with 478 at 109. Yeah, so very close game. James over 500k, TUGI over 500k, around 15 lines to go on level 18 speed, so players should better prepare for some 19 action. It's coming soon. 527 TUGI, 527 James. James now needs... Oh, this is... Okay, gets the long bar. This helps. Yeah, but James needs to find a way how to prepare the board for 19 action. TUGI's board is looking fine, and James transitions with 558. And James's board is fine. TUGI 557, and TUGI gets another Tetris 583, so advantage TUGI right now. Both players are on level 19 action, and both players have low enough boards to survive it. A little bit of a misdrop by TUGI, but this shouldn't be anything fatal. Still can survive it. Oh, and now it's getting dangerous for TUGI. This is getting very dangerous for TUGI. And James's board is also falling apart. I don't know if James can do anything to survive it. 595 is a top out for TUGI, but can James survive this board? No, James can't survive this board. TUGI takes this game. 595, 660 was enough. James 585, 940. TUGI wins the game, and we have our favorite score after 4 games, which is 2-2. Yeah, very nice game, very close game for the most part of it. And only take 10k separated both players at the end, but TUGI was the one who was able to win it. Both players are ready for game number 5 already, which starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, and guys, let me remind you, this this is the last PDM tournament before a 2 months break of PDM tournaments. We'll use the next 2 months, July and August, for our second major tournament of the year, which is Paldas Classic. 3 spots, 3 direct qualifying spots for the Paldas Cup are up for grabs. There is no TUGI, there is no Merke, there is no AV Geek in this tournament because those 3 players already qualified via Paldas Swiss. There is a chance for different players now to qualify. The registration is open and at the end of the month. If you wanna play and haven't joined the Discord server yet, here is the link in the chat. You can register and you can try your best to qualify. There will be a guaranteed prize pool of $100 in this event. Every major event has a guaranteed prize pool, so there is a chance also to get some extra money. Yeah, the scheduling for this tournament won't be that harsh as for Swiss. In Swiss, yeah, you know, the pairings were dependent on the results of the previous rounds, so yeah, we had to give ourselves a little bit of a discipline. In Paldas Classic, yeah, there is more of a flexibility with scheduling. So yeah, 2 months to play this event. So yeah, we should be able to accommodate all your needs and still run the tournament. So yeah, if you have some doubts, if you can make it or something, don't worry, we'll find a way. And yeah, you can get one of the 3 qualifying spots for the 2026 Paldas Cup. 223 meanwhile for TUGI, 240 for James. James with a weirdly looking left side of his board. Let's finally get some pieces. And another Tetris for James, 289, TUGI 271. And another Tetris for James, 315, TUGI 316, so we are once again very close. So as far as level 18 is concerned in the recent games, the players are keeping pace with each other. So like no one is able to build a significantly big lead. $367 for TUGI, 345 for James. Oh, and James with a weird hang of the TPs needs to find a way to bring the board down, but get some shitty pieces to be honest. And the left side of James's board now is accessible. Wasn't accessible for a moment, but this burn helped a lot. Okay, now James should be fine. Reopens the well and brings the board down. 417 TUGI, 378, now 440 for TUGI. So TUGI was able to build a lead in this game. Still have less than 30 lines to go before transition. So still some chances for the players to get some points going. And another Tetris for James, 426, 489 for TUGI. James is 3 lines behind. Tetris for TUGI, 512, James 427. Tetris for James, 472, TUGI, and 535. TUGI can get 2 more Tetrises before transition, 557. Can get 1 more, can scheme one more additional line now if needed, but decides to transition with 565. James will be behind. James transitions with 521. And we are on level 19 speeds, and let's see who can survive longer. To give an advantage of about 40k, so James is the one chasing here. $581 TUGI, $545 for James. And TUGI tops out at 590, so James, you have a chase down. 591 is your target. 591 is your target for this game. So still about 20k to go. Oh, and this misdrop of the long bar. Oh no, this was a very bad misdrop by James, and TUGI takes this game 582, 800. It's not enough. It's not enough, and TUGI takes this game. TUGI leads 3-2. This was a very solid 19 game by James. But this one misdrop of this long bar, this was a deadly misdrop for James. 582, 800 was not enough. Yeah. So TUGI leads 3-2, and both players are ready for game number 6. The countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, I'm looking at the stats of the games that James lost. Average losing score 546, average losing lines 170. These are the stats of the losing games by James. TUGI had this like top out at 110 lines. That was in game number 3, so his average is 369k and 124 lines. Oh, and now James. Okay, this should be fine. Hello today, Ivan. Yeah, it's kind of a good Tetris for both players. Not yet a 600k, 595 highest score for TUGI, 585 for James, but yeah, some nice level 19 action is going here, and As you can see, close score. 5 games in, TUGI leads 3-2. Yeah, so 2 previous games, TUGI had 590 plus scores, James had 580 plus scores. One game lost by James by 10k and the other by 8k, so close games. Oh, but now TUGI, okay, this should be fine. Oh, James is in need of burning it down. Okay, another seed with a weird sequence, or let's see. Okay, yeah, James can't wait any longer, needs to burn. Oh, TUGI! What a weird misdraw, but gets the long bar to bring it down. Okay, TUGI 225. TUGI is 100k ahead. So in terms of score, it's all good for TUGI. So the more important for him is now to regain the control over the board. James finally with a clean board and gets a long bar for a Tetris. 166 for James, 230 for TUGI. James with a weird T placement on the left, but this shouldn't hurt. The American player TUGI is regaining control over his board. 238 for TUGI, 198 for James. So James was able to reduce a lot of this 100k deficit. It's like only 40k behind. Yeah, the shortest game, Jedi for those players was game number 2. With the shittiest RNG of all games, where TUGI tops out at 110 lines. Apart from that, all games go to transition. Oh, but now it is looking bad for James. Okay. Okay, and this should be easy thing. Okay, James opens the well. 242 for James, 281 for TUGI. So TUGI still ahead. And TUGI gets a long bar for a Tetris. Oh, James, I don't know. I probably wanted to go for a spin, but I don't know. What was that in the end? But it's not that bad for James. And Danvi Pants, we're raiding with a party of 35. Hello, welcome for the raid and welcome raiders. We are in the middle of our quarterfinal match between TUGI and James. TUGI is leading 3-2 after 5 games in this best of 9 match. And yeah, we are approaching transition of game number 6. TUGI about 100k ahead. And let's see what the players can do on level 19 action. TUGI transition 447. James's board is very high, and James's board, yeah, this will be a GG, and James can't do anything more. James tops out at 129 lines with 306 to 80. TUGI is good for game number 6. TUGI leads 4-2, and let's enjoy TUGI's 19 action. Let's see what TUGI can do post transition this time. TUGI is doing some magic in order to survive it. Ah, almost, yeah. But still, a valiant effort. 474, 600. TUGI takes this game, and TUGI leads 4-2. So TUGI is in a situation that he needs only one more game in order to advance to the top 4, to the semifinals. James can't lose any more games. James needs to win 3 in a row. The players are ready. Game number 7 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, so James had those games, game number 4 and 5. There were unfortunate games for James. Lost by 10,000 and 8,000 points. And this last game, yeah, kind of a suffer game for James. Wasn't able to get a ready board for 19 action. Yeah, and TUGI won 3 games in a row, and now TUGI is in a comfortable situation. TUGI leading 4-2, 1 game away from advancing to the top 4 of this event. So 57 for TUGI, 38 for James. So both players start with very similar scores. In the early days of this game number 7. And quite efficient start for both, to be honest. And another address for James. $178 TUGI, 174 for James. And another Tetris for James, 203. TUGI now with this Tetris 205. Yes, so in terms of a pace in this game, nothing changes. Both players playing at very similar Tetris rates. Well, now TUGI puts himself in a little bit of a dig. Can James capitalize on it? And James got some Tetrises. And TUGI is now fighting for his life, but gets a long bar. This helps. He's able to lower the board. 238 for TUGI, 302 for James. And so yeah, James with a clean board. TUGI still fighting. Yeah, but this should be okay. This is something different that I thought, but yeah, anyway, TUGI is almost out of this stick. And TUGI is clean 250, James 355. So James was able to build 100,000 points lead as TUGI was digging. Now James needs to reopen the well. Oh, now James. Okay, this should be fine. 298 for TUGI. Yes, Jarevan, I totally agree. Very nice dig by TUGI. TUGI's in the game, gives himself a chance. James is in the lead. And yeah, we are not so far away from transition, less than 30 lines. So still some Tetrises on 18 possible, but also players need to pay attention. What's going on with their boards? Oh, and this is looking bad for James. Oh no, and James stops out! Oh my god, James tops out of nowhere. 4-13, so TUGI have a chance. 4-1-4 is your target to win the game and a match. This escalated so quickly on James's board, and TUGI is one Tetris away. And here it is. TUGI takes the game and a match 5-2. TUGI, if you want, you of course can play this game out. It's your privilege as the match winner. Who's still in the last game to have your victory run. James, those last games were very unfortunate for you, but very strong performance at the beginning of this match. Thank you very much for your participation in this event. And yeah, hope to see you performing well in the upcoming Paldas Classic. You have some strong chances to be one of the top 3 players. Keep going as you're going, and you should be one of the favorites. Yes, I'm trudging 19 from you today, TUGI, but it was more than enough to be the winner. The player who advances to the semifinal is TUGI from Austria. Congratulations, TUGI. And yeah, commiseration, James. Next chance. Oh my god, TUGI is so excited. I haven't seen him reacting that much. Yeah, so here is TUGI, here's your winner, and here are your match stats. As you can see, pretty strong performance by all player. Call me Griezmann. Okay, hello Griezmann. Yeah, so TUGI 595 has the highest score, James with 585. Both players over 3 million points. TUGI exactly 1,000 lines in this match. James played a little bit longer, 1,110. Yeah, but at the end, TUGI is the one who wins the match. This time's 5-2, and TUGI advances to the top 4 of this event. And here is your bracket. TUGI, as the defending champion, seat number 1, is already in the top 4 in the semis and waits for the opponent. Yeah, finally the green part of the bracket will be moving forward. Gunther, Pürek finally found a slot to play. Monday 18 UTC there will be the match between Gunther and Pürek. Then the winner can schedule against AV Geek, and then the winner will play against TUGI. We also have 2 other quarterfinals at the bottom part of the bracket, Shuichi against myself. The match was supposed to be played yesterday, but unfortunately my CRT died and I couldn't play the match. And luckily for me, Miho has some spare CRTs at his apartment, but he's not at home this weekend, so at the beginning of the next week I should be able to play my match against Shuichi and Rurczak and TUGI in the Polish quarterfinal. They are scheduled, and let me tell you where exactly. They play on Monday at 19 UTC. So after Gunther versus Pürek, we have Rurczak versus TUGI. Yeah, so the tournament progresses, guys, and yeah, just let me remind you, Paldas Classic. Hey, guaranteed Polish player in semis, that's what matters. Yeah, yeah. If I somehow beat Shuichi, which is very, very improbable, we might have a Polish player in the final. Yeah, but yeah, those things are rather science fiction scenarios. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, here we are. Let me also show you the updated ELO ratings, how it looks after the match played. And here we have Merke and TUGI, both players with over 1900. Merke was for a moment over 2000 ELO, but lost in the final last month to TUGI to drop below 2000. TUGI with 1951, and big gap to the rest of the field. And yeah, Top 20 players are on your screens. And guys, yeah, that was an interesting action going on today. But this was the last match, the only match, sorry, of today. Not the first and last only match of today. So let me see. Who can we rate? There are any matches happening. Yeah, there is something going on Matwi's channel. There is a Tetris match, CDM match.
It's gonna be close, but I think
Tier 3, if I'm not mistaken, of CDM. Yeah, so let's take a look what's going on there. And yeah, guys, we are done for today. Thank you for watching. We'll be back on Monday, 2 matches, 18 UTC Gunter versus Pyrek, and then 19 UTC Rurchak versus Dużyka. And yeah, I wish you a nice rest of your weekend, and see you then on Monday. Bye bye for now.